This is Mahesh Ravi, and in this video, I'm going to just show you how I usually manage my mobile devices. So here I'm using my primary phone, which is an iPhone 14 Pro. So I'm going to show you how I customize the phone and I use it to get the most out of it, and also to keep me productive at all times without this phone being a distracted element out here. So there are a couple of things that you can see, and I will walk you through what I've done first. iPhone basically decides the look and feel of their products when the user is using it, which actually made pretty much every iPhone look the same, no matter who is using it. But with the new operating system, we are given this opportunity to change the way that it looks. So it's not a straightforward process like changing a theme in Android, but we can actually do play around with it, and we can decide the look on how you want your iPhone to be displayed. So let's jump into the screen right now. So usually this is how an iPhone screen looks like, and it's pretty boring with the same kind of icons and display device that you see. But what I have done here is that I've changed this to look like this, right? So how did I do this? I will just walk you through this process, right? So let's get into my phone. So the first thing that you have to do here is to declutter your existing apps. So go through your phone and try to find the apps that you don't use, offload them. So if you have duplicate apps, which actually does the same thing, delete something and then keep only the things that you actually need. So once your decluttering is done, you can set your wallpaper. So what I have done here is I created a wallpaper, and I did it very simply using Canva. You can also do the same thing. It's very, very, very simple. So I created the wallpaper, and what I did was I went to the home screen. I went to the wallpaper tab, and I added a wallpaper right here. So this is my wallpaper. I did this here. I also did change a couple of lock screen display. So I changed it into a light font. I changed the top widget into displaying what I actually want, and I didn't add any kind of widgets on the lock screen. I don't need anything right now. And this is how the screen is done right now. Now you would have noticed that I have a very minimal screen, and when you go to the home screen also I have to do the same thing. Now if I go to the home screen right here on my phone, you can see that the home screen basically looks like this. The thing is that you can see there are spaces. I'm using a lot of negative space to place my icons. I have custom icons in here. Now you might be wondering, how did I do this? Because iPhone natively doesn't support any of these things. The icon snaps into a grid, so there will not be any blank spaces or negative spaces that you can actually do in here. But I did that, right? So we need to find out how I did it, and I'll walk you through it. So the first thing that I did was to remove all the icons from the home screen and made it very, very, very clean. So I'm going to create one additional screen in here just to show you how this works. Now we'll talk about the dock in a second, but what I've done here is the normal icons of the application that I want to use. It doesn't look very good. I mean, it's definitely good, but this is not the look that I want on my minimal phone. So what I did was, instead of using an icon of an app, I created a shortcut, and I changed the image that the shortcut is using. So it is like changing the icon of something. So I'll show you how to create a shortcut first. So what I'm going to do is I will basically go to the shortcut apps in here in the iPhone. So let's go to the shortcuts app. So we can create a shortcut right here. So I'm going to click on this plus sign. And what I want to do is I'm basically creating shortcuts to apps so that we can change the icons. So the action that we want to do is to open an app. So you can search for an action here. So I'm going to just type in open app, and the action comes in right here. When you select it, it is going to ask you what app you want to open. So you click on the app, and you can choose any app that you want. So I am trying to create an email or maybe Facebook app icon. So I will search Facebook, and I can click on that. So if somebody clicks on this shortcut, it is going to open Facebook. What we need to do is, now we need to click on this arrow right next to the task, and we need to say that add this to the home screen. So I'm going to click on this to add it to the home screen. And if you click on this icon, you can choose a photo and change the icon to whatever you want. So I already have downloaded some icons to use. So I have a Facebook black image right here. I'm going to choose that, and it comes in right here. Click on choose. The icon is selected. You can name it to Facebook and click add. Now that shortcut is basically added to your home screen, and this actually looks pretty cool. It's your own custom icon. You can click on it and Facebook basically opens up. So this is a really nice way to change all your icons, and this is how I did this, right? So I did all the icons here. I did replace all the icons, whatever I'm using, I created it like this. I also did create shortcuts for some actions that I frequently do. So you can see these icons here. There is play music, listen to books, log a show, or pay someone. So if I click on it, it will just immediately open Google Pay. If I log a show, it will basically open my Watch It app. So this is where I track my TV shows and all that. Dock icons also, I did the same thing and I added them to the dock. I just kept it very minimal. I just have my phone, messaging, WhatsApp, and Slack on my dock. Now, another thing that you need to notice here is that the space which is created here, this is actually created by using two blank empty widgets. So when I'm pressing and holding it, you might be able to see that blank widget. So instead of leaving, iPhone will not allow you to leave a blank space, but instead of that, you can fill it with a blank widget. So what I did was to download the blank widget app here. And when I go to the widget, if you click on adding this, when you click on adding this, you can add the blank widget. Click on that, and that comes in right here. Now, the good thing about this is that depending on where you're placing it, the background will be mirrored, so it will never block your wallpaper. It will be transparent in the background. So I will leave a description to this app in the video, so you can just download that and you can use it. So you can also say that where do you want it, so that whatever is in the background will be mirrored exactly here. So if you can see in my home page, these two blank widgets are actually here in here. So if I select on it, you can see that a part of that graphic is actually in that widget, and it perfectly masks that area to create the look that it's actually empty. It is not actually empty. There are blank widgets right here. So that's an amazing way to create the layout in the way that you want it. Now, once you have done that, another thing that I've added is that I went to this app called the Desk Clock. So it's a pretty interesting app. It also has different types of clocks widget that you can actually add into your home screen. So when that is selected, it will be displayed right here. So it creates a really interesting cloak on the widget. So that's how I want to maintain my home screen. So this is how I did it. Now, one other interesting thing that I've done here is I basically added some widgets in here. So my home screen basically looks very minimal like this. On the left swipe, you can see a couple of very useful widgets that I've added here. I have the Google search, YouTube, my daily edition from Flipboard, I have my Evernote, Notion, App Store, and a Sasham plugin that I'm using. Here on the right side, I'll see my calendars, my emails, and the map applications that I usually use. So it's a very clean interface right now, and it looks really different from the normal iPhones. And this is something that you can definitely try with your iPhone. So check it out. I hope this was useful and interesting. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you with another video soon.